Invite a budget blind style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
With the federal election less than a month away, candidates in the area are making an effort to meet as many constituents as possible. Over the weekend in Turtleford, the Liberal candidate for Battleford's Lloydminster held an open house. Larry Ingram addressed supporters in his own hometown, eager for change in a riding held by the Conservatives since it was created in 1997.
I want to get a real change in this area. We, as the Liberal Party, have a plan to invest in the infrastructure, to make more jobs for middle-class people.
Ingram is facing some tough opponents. NDP candidate Glenn Tate served as a trustee in the Battleford School Division for 5 years, and incumbent Jerry Ritz is the current Minister of Agriculture. Ingram currently works as a sheet metal installer and organic farmer. He says he'll be paying special attention to the Aboriginal vote, as there are 9 First Nations in the riding.
We've got a really good policy in place and plans in place to bring the First Nations into the mix so that they feel a part of this Canada, and so they have economic development on the reserves as well.
Canadians head to the polls October 19th. It was a special time for Alberta over the weekend as cities and towns all over the province celebrated cultural days. Chris Chacon stopped by the town of Vermilion for a fun-filled celebration in conjunction with a new event called Art in the Park.
Music, food, and a lot of fun. All a part of Alberta Cultural Days and the inauguration of a new event.
The Art in the Park is a fabulous new event that we're doing through the Good Life Institute. A little background is that in 2011, the town of Vermilion went through a branding opportunity to kind of showcase Vermilion and how can we dress ourselves up and be more attractive to tourism in the area.
As a result, the town and residents worked to develop a new park in between the Heritage Museum and the Vermilion Senior Centre, but it didn't come so easy.
Just over the last year, they have engaged and raised fundraising in order to bring the community oven, this beautiful building, and eventually there will be walking trails.
When there's a project or something to be tackled, they get on board in a big way. And we helped out with some grant funding through the Facilities Enhancement Program from Alberta Culture, and the community then did its share, a lot of volunteer labor, a lot of materials that were donated, and of course some financial support as well.
The community's hard work and dedication has really paid off. The building and the brick oven are fully functional and are already seeing some action.
We are actually taking advantage of this amazing community oven that has just been finished for us almost. It was like custom made for us, but it's meant for the whole community to bake and have fundraising events and have community events.
Aside from all the great entertainment, the event sponsor also took advantage of the large crowd, promoting a special initiative with this van.
The Man Van is basically a portable kind of a lab, and they do blood tests to test for prostate cancer cells. It is an issue, a larger issue, and many of the communities main population are men over 40.
This year's event was a big success, and plans for next year are already underway. Chris Chacon, Newcap News.
Well, the food bank is looking a little fuller after College Park School found a creative way to pitch in this week. Hannah Tita has the details.
Over 500 students formed a food assembly line and passed along donated non-perishables to the food bank. The school came together in an effort to replenish the food supply after poor economic times left the walls of the Salvation Army sparse.
I've been here for just over 3 years, and this is the lowest I've ever seen it. We had our old community services worker, and she had been here almost 30 years and never seen it since she started this low, so it's been pretty crazy.
After weeks of planning, staff and students got to see their hard work pay off. They managed to fill an entire truck with donated food.
It's a very nice feeling to see all the kids from the different grades standing and working together to get this done and to be able to help the community in the way they are.
Students, staff, yeah, everybody donated. I could honestly say almost every child in the school donated something.
The Salvation Army is thrilled with how much the community has contributed in support of the much-needed service.
It was really awesome to see them not just gather the food, but be able to bring it down in such an awesome, fun way.
This is the first official food drive held at College Park, and they are hoping to start a tradition. Hannah Tita, Newcap News.
College Drive, 25th Street, 67th Ave. The Ring Road goes by many names, and like any road, most drivers don't think about a time when it didn't exist. But in this week's retrospect, we see that back in 1990, the opening of the Ring Road signaled the end of a major project.
It seems that we can't open anything in this community unless there's a gale force wind blowing.
Alderman Richard Starkey led off the ceremonies held at the west entrance of the 62nd Street construction area. It's taken 10 years to complete the Ring Road, but today the final part was officially opened. The total cost of the 62nd Street project was $1.3 million, of which the Alberta government chipped in about $900,000. Transportation Minister Al Boomer Adair was on hand for the opening and to present the city with the final payment of $213,000.
Little did Henry Ford know back on this day in 1908, when he introduced his Model T to the public, that roads would become so congested.
Well, it wasn't exactly a Model T, but this late Chrysler did the trick to officially get the ball rolling. City officials say the road will alleviate much of the congestion along the two highways, as well as the downtown core. The road will now provide an alternate access to the Glen E. Nielsen Industrial Park.
I think that you've all waited for the day when you can have access out towards the west. And
Karina Fairbrother, NewsHour.
Well, as you saw 25 years ago, the Ring Road essentially cut through an open field. Today, it's a major artery, and the city says another ring road might be in Lloydminster's future.
As part of our next planning forward is always to keep those things in mind and look forward to other ring roads that'll help benefit our traffic flows.
That's all for Retrospect this week. I'm Jeremy Thompson.